What is up, Corellian Connection Nation? It's your host, Killer Corellian. Let's get right into the news. Man, that was fucking cringe, and I'm sorry, but today I'm gonna be resurrecting a little piece of old-ish drama to make a point about Twitter and about the Star Wars community. So, about a month or so back, there was this drama where a Star Wars executive by the name of Pablo Hidalgo made a comment to Star Wars Theory regarding his reaction to The Mandalorian Season 2 finale, in which he said, you probably heard it already, emotions are not for sharing. Now, the internet freaked out when this happened, and it's really a bullshit controversy. It's really stupid. And I don't really know what to say about the controversy itself. I mean, I watched the Star Wars Theory reaction, and from what I perceived, 100% certain that it was an authentic reaction to Luke.
Because it takes a big man to cry in front of his crew.
Now, when I watched this episode, I didn't have the reaction he did. You know, my mouth was kind of open a bit, my jaw was kind of dropping. Like, oh shit, like Luke, this is Luke. Luke is back, like the black robes, the black mechanical hand, the green lightsaber. It was amazing. You know, for anyone who's a long-term fan, it's amazing. And if you're someone who is, I'm just doing this casually. If you're someone who's dedicated your life to this, someone like Star Wars Theory, it's like, yeah, like no shit, that's authentic, right? But this isn't really not the point of the video. This drama aside, Star Wars Theory is in the right, period, right? Star Wars Theory is in the right, technically speaking. But this is really not the point I want to make, because after Hidalgo said this, and I don't know what the hell he meant by it, maybe he was taking Ambien and tweeting and just acting like an idiot, maybe he's just an asshole. I don't know much about him. I know he's had some tenuous relations with fans in the past, but I really don't know much about him prior to this controversy. But what I really want to talk about are the responses to it, right? I want to talk about the fucking responses. Looking at these tweets here, why is your employee Pablo Hidalgo making fun of a fan who was moved to see Luke Skywalker in The Mandalorian? Emotions are not for sharing? Wow, Pablo Hidalgo needs to be fired. He sounds jealous that people like Filoni, Rodriguez, and Favreau are doing a better job than him. Lucasfilms, this is unacceptable employment behavior. Your company is better than this. To sink so low. Shame. Yo, Lucasfilm, your own man Pablo Hidalgo is making fun of Star Wars fans' reactions to Luke's return in Mando Season 2. Might want to look into this because this is not okay for us fans. Sad to see not much has changed in the last few years with Lucasfilm's relationships to Star Wars fans. Pablo Hidalgo, with all due respect, please don't pick on fans for expressing their feelings towards Star Wars. You know, the list goes on and on. There's even one up here, like, there's some really weird ones. But you get my point, you know. It's these fucking people responding. They're acting like because you're a Star Wars fan, you deserve to be respected. You know, because you're part of some fandom, you deserve some kind of respect or some kind of untouchability where you can't be made fun of anymore. And it's like, I think they're right when they say Pablo Hidalgo's fucking stupid for doing this. Like, strategically speaking, I don't really see the upside for an executive to make fun of someone who loves your company. Now, I know there's been copyright issues with Star Wars Theory, but let's be real, he's put in a lot of work. And he's pretty much the biggest fan, at least that I know of, the most notable Star Wars fan. So, from a strategic point of view, unless you're trying to get more coverage or whatnot, like, I don't see why you do that. I mean, Pablo Hidalgo, really, that was a really stupid thing to do. But it's this shit, you know, fire him, you know, fucking stone him, you know. That kind of shit, this rush to judgment, this, you know, this mob mentality, let's come after someone and fucking cancel them because they were an asshole. And it's like, he was an asshole, but the thing is this not within the realm of being able to be made fun of. I mean, at the end of the day, and people are gonna hate me for this, I don't care. This is a grown man crying over Star Wars, crying over a fictional science fiction franchise. It's within the realm of being able to make fun of. Now, I love Star Wars Theory. His reaction was authentic. It moved me. Like, I watched it, I was getting goosebumps. Like, it moved me personally. It was great. It was authentic, and, I love him even more for it. So, it's not that I don't think it was a great reaction or that it was real, and emotions are for sharing. What do you think I'm doing now? We're all sharing our emotions, our opinions, and maybe people watch it and have a laugh, and maybe people, learn something. Maybe they don't care, right? And shit, this stuff is just, it's fucking unbelievable, the way I see it, honestly, I really think there's only one way to settle this, and we have a, one of those, like, YouTube pay-per-view fights, Jake Paul, KSI, fuck that, kill that noise. No one wants to watch that crap. We want to watch Star Wars Theory and Pablo Hidalgo. And you see the Star Wars Theory guy, he's fucking hench. I promise you, Pablo Hidalgo would be drinking his soy milk out of a straw after that. But, joking aside, guys, I'm not advocating for violence, but if there's millions of dollars at stake, I'll pay to watch that. But for real, it's all this shit. It's all this, you can just go on Twitter and find this, and this shit's old. But it's these people that want to cancel and let's fire him. Like, I don't know what he's done for Lucasfilms. Maybe he should be fired. He probably is crap, but I don't know. He might be an asset to their company, and when he stops being an asset and when his contract's expired, they might very well fire him. And that's fine. The guy probably has plenty of money, and he can probably find work elsewhere. I mean, he obviously is a high-up executive, so I'm not too worried about, I'm just not too worried about him and his, his career prospects. But this shit goes into the real world. Not that this isn't the real world, but this goes down to lower-level people as well. Let's fire someone because they did something rude once. It's like, this is people's livelihood. Maybe he should be fired. But why do you want him to be fired? For just being an idiot, for being an asshole. I mean, the guy is an asshole, but it's this is the problem with Twitter. This is the problem. It's one of the big problems with social media right now, is this, you have to like everything everyone does. You have to fully support everyone if they're being authentic, and you can't make fun of shit, and that's the problem. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, Star Wars Theory's in the right. It's the response that's the problem. It's this, this anger, this hostility. I like Star Wars Theory for his reaction. I like all the work he's put into the franchise. And if Pablo Hidalgo wants to make fun of him, it's kind of funny. I don't care. And Star Wars Theory would have the right to fire back, which he kind of did. And, fire back at him and make fun of him. What the hell has he done? Star Wars Theory's probably done a whole hell of a lot more than Pablo Hidalgo has. But it's this mentality, right? So, you don't have any fucking right to be respected. You're a Star Wars fan. So we're like 2 billion people, probably more, in the world are also Star Wars fans. It's just a franchise, and it's one I care deeply about, and a lot of people care deeply about it. But you're not owed any kind of respect. No one owes you anything. The world does not owe you respect. They do not owe it to support you for what you do. And if you want to make fun of a grown man for crying at Star Wars, you should be able to without feeling the threat that you're going to lose your job or whatever. And obviously it's like, shit, I mean, this guy is a fucking idiot. So if they want to fire him, I don't care. I know he apologized, and to be honest, I think he's covering his ass. I don't find that to be sincere. I don't know. I mean, I guess you could say it's sarcastic, but it wasn't funny. So I think he's probably covering his ass on this one. But, you see the kind of stuff I'm talking about. People complain, oh, they don't care about the fans. Well, then leave. Then boycott it. Like, I'll probably pay money to them because I've made a channel about it. But it's like, if you don't want to watch it anymore, if you're done with Star Wars because of this, whatever. But don't act like you're owed anything, and don't overreact, right? It's okay to like what you like, and it's okay to not like what other people like and to make fun of them for it. And, you know, I don't know. Those are my thoughts on this, and I'm going to wrap this one up because I have been rambling towards the end. Thanks for sticking around, and let me know what you think. Until next time, guys, peace.